my honor and privilege to introduce the new bride and groom, Megan Toppin. Megan,
people in our lives, and you guys are our absolute favorites. So thank you so much for being here. We know it wasn't easy. We have people from California to New York who are here. So huge thank you to you guys for coming up here. I have been really overwhelmed this weekend because we're getting married and Ella reads a lot, but also just because everyone I see, it's just like different parts of our lives, my life, his life, and to have that all in one space is really overwhelming because we love you guys so much. So huge celebration of us, but also just of these wonderful people being together. So really, you guys, we cannot tell you how meaningful it is to have you guys here. Yeah, Tom. Because as you guys notice, our program can be a little loose sometimes.
that's a good thing.
But yeah, right? But it's a lot easier when you have such wonderful people to step in. People have just been amazing of just taking on jobs. A lot of you guys, I don't think we're expecting to work as much as you have been. But you guys, like the small things have just been great. Some of you guys have been working for days. So thank you for just stepping in and taking that on and doing it so well. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate that. And then lastly, a huge thank you to my parents. To my parents who have just been so generous. It really just gone along with whatever I wanted. There was some deep breaths going on from my mom sometimes. It's like, all right, you're gonna have pizza, that's cool. But they have kind of just given us, and Jadine, my new parent, you three have just been amazing through this. You have not once just not smiled and gone through with it, and we honestly got through this. It was actually really great to spend so much time with you guys. So thank you so much to my family, the new parts and the old ones. But thank you guys, we love you so much. And I can't name everybody individually because there's too many that we had so much support from this weekend. So thank you.
To all of you and all of those people. I'll keep this short. Wow. I said this last night, and 70% of you were here last night, and now 100% of you are here now.
You're a scientist.
Hey, I was a grade school scientist. But really what I want to say, and I mean, this is just corroborates what Megan said. You are here because we love
We got married, that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We got married here. But we didn't just invite any old schmucks. We invited you guys. I genuinely believe this is the best people on the planet, right? And that being said, from East Coast to West Coast, North to South, left to right,
Over the border?
over the border. Having all of you people together in one place is pretty spectacular. And what's really exciting just to see those relationships grow with each other is pretty amazing. And the way you guys have stepped up to each other and helped out with all of this and just enjoyed this time. I don't understand how people get married over the course of 6 hours, right? We've had like 3 days to just hang out. Or at least we have 2 right now, and that's pretty special. So, that being said, we're so thankful to have you in our lives. And I just wanted to add one last thing. I had a few people ask, they said, Reeves, so what's this fish thing going on in your vows? Because Megan said to me, I am her fish, and the first thing I said to her is, she is my fish. And so a really brief history. Megan and I had our romance, and it was great. And then we had a little time apart, and I was really sad about that. And I had a friend's parents say, you know, Reeves is going to be fine. You know, there are other fish in the sea. And they really meant that as a heartfelt way to like make me feel okay about that. And then I was talking to a friend, he's like, yeah, that's true. But the one thing is, there are other fish in the sea, but you want that fish. And this is the fish for me. You are our school. So here's to our school of fish.
Here's the loudest baby. We're across the street. We can hear this. As Regent Megan said, I want to thank you so much for being here. You know, the strength of affection is just so obvious. You are such wonderful people. You know you've touched our lives. Reeves and Megan have touched yours, and that's just so special. And thank you so much for being here. We know it's not easy to get here. I mean, we have had people come here via Australia, via New York, and who knew Colorado 9 would be a dirt road, you know? But thank you so much for being here. Oh boy.
You got it, Dad.
I cry at movies, and I even cry at movie trailers. So this may be touch and go. But may. It is just really incredible to see you and your mom and I to watch you grow into the beautiful woman you are today. It's just so incredible to see you, and you're such a wonderful person. And it's such incredible to see you now as your father. And, you know, Megan, you really carved out an incredible life for yourself, and I'm so proud of that. And Reeves, you've done the same thing. You've carved out an incredible life for yourself and made wonderful friends, both of you. And now you're carving out a life for each other. And I just feel so good about that, Reeves and Megan. I'm so happy that you guys are together. It's really something to see you together, and the love. And that love is spread all over here. You know, when Megan was born, or before she was born, when Patty was pregnant with Megan, we actually thought we might have a boy. We'd had an ultrasound early on, and we saw 10 fingers, 10 toes, a well-shaped head, and we went, great, everything's okay. And they said, well, it looks like you'll probably have a boy. We didn't know, we didn't want to have any other ultrasounds, but that's what we had heard. So at Megan's birth, I remember here came this beautiful little girl, and I said to Patty, Patty, we have a little girl. And she goes, oh, a girl. So, being in college in the 60s and 70s, and knowing the feminist movement, we thought we'd hand out birth announcements that said we had had a baby woman. got real busy because Megan was hard to take care of. You know Megan loves to move. And even as an infant, she loved to move and she wouldn't sleep through the night. So we would take turns, Patty and I would take turns holding her. And Patty, she wouldn't take a bottle either. So Patty had most of this, but we'd go back and forth holding her through the night and just walking with her. Because she loved to be walked, so we would take turns walking her. You know, and I know books say, let them cry. Patty and I, no. You can't do that. So Patty and I would take turns, and we'd walk, and we had a black and white TV, and we watched it late at night. We watched MASH, holding her. We watched MASH, WKRP in Cincinnati, and what was the other one? Cheers. And I'd come to bed finally, and Patty go, which one did you see? And I go, you know, it's the one where Klinger sent Jeep parts to the United States, and then he was going to put his Jeep together when he got back after the war. So we did that, and then all of a sudden, just like that, Megan stopped and was asleep through the night. And she was always an incredibly strong little girl. And I remember we tried to get pants on her, maybe infant pants that she didn't like, and she would just kick her legs, and we just, God, Megan, you just got to let us do this. She was always really strong. And then when she was like 5 or 6, Megan and I were going down Colorado Boulevard in a car, and we saw a pedestrian laying in the street. We saw a pedestrian laying in the street and 2 people hovering. Now I know CPR, so I thought I'll just stop and see if I can help. So I pulled over the side of the road, and I said, Megan, stay put. And I got out of the car, and I ran to where the guy was. And I was running, and I heard something beside me, and it was Megan running beside me. She used to wear little jelly shoes. And I remember her shoes were like 8 beaters. She's just running beside me, and I went, whoa, she's really strong. And she can really run fast. And then I thought, wait, didn't I tell her to stay put? And then I thought, you know, Megan knows where she needs to be. She knows where she can learn. She knows where she needs to be and where the action is and where the excitement is. And of course she's running with me. And then I thought, well, you know, she has a mind of her own. That's going to be an interesting time, isn't it? So we were waiting for the ceremony to start, and Megan said, I'd just like to apologize for the years 11 to 15. And you know, she doesn't have to apologize for those years. That is all what we do to grow up and to be who we are. They're all very important times. Of course, it's easier for me to say that now, but I really mean that. I mean, those are the times when it seems like a challenge, but it's those challenges that make us who we are. So Megan's always been self-reliant, independent, and Reeves is the same way, self-reliant, independent, and loves journeys. And always willing to take chances. And because she's willing to take chances, we would get letters like this back. You know, Megan got a certificate in Peace and Reconciliation from CU. She got a chance to go to Ireland, and this is before the peace accords were done. And I thought, great, she's with a group of people. This is great. It's a good opportunity for her. And then, of course, I get a letter like this. Hey, guys. So I'm in Belfast now, and it's really crazy. All of a sudden, the conflict here has become real. There are paramilitary groups who hang out right outside our hostel. Last night, we heard gunshots, walking home from one of the clubs. We went to a cemetery where all the graves and stones have descriptions of killed or murdered. So needless to say, things are quite fragile. Oh, yesterday I was in the newspaper. It was me and another girl talking to some members of the Orange Order. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon. You know, when I started thinking about giving this talk, I walked up to a person's house and they had a placard on the door, and it said, when you walk through this threshold, when you open this door and walk through this threshold, we consider you family. We consider you family. And underneath in smaller print it said, so do you really want to enter? Read. I'm so glad, Reeves, that you entered our house and our home. And Megan, I'm so glad that you entered the McDonald house and home, because now we're all one family and we share the spirit of unity. And thank you so much, Reeves. I love you, and Megan, I love you too. I'm so glad you guys are together. So it said, I was looking at YouTube to see what other fathers do, and it said, you know, at the end of the talk, you can give advice. Oh, no. Then I thought, wait, how often will I get a chance to do this? Now, I was at the ceremony. Did you see the ceremony? I don't have to give advice at all. You guys have. What I would have said was this, though. When Megan was 21, the whole family was in Ghana, West Africa. She taught English and Devin taught English. And we were there with a group of people, and as we were there, another group of people left. And a woman came up to me and said, I have a bunch of books here, and I'm really not going to take them back to the States. I think you'd like this book. Well, that's really incredible when somebody walks up and does that. I didn't even know who she was. And I really did like that book. It was a book about a young Ghanaian boy, kind of a coming-of-age story, who was talking to some of the elders about the community. And the elder to the little boy said, you know, there are two types of people. Those who seek control, and those who seek to inspire. And these two know how to inspire. You know, Patty and I, there was a student-parent conference kind of thing that we went to. And it was so incredible to watch the kids, their excitement in their face and their eyes, and just so excited to show us what they had done and what you guys have done with them. And that was because of you guys. And that was because of the inspiration you gave them. So it's not so much that we have to inspire. What's so important is that we understand what inspires other people and to be able to help them in that inspiration, to be their helpmate in their inspirations. That's what we need to help. And that's what they do. You know, we think about control, and we really can't control, but we can inspire, we can help somebody on that path of inspiration. And when we do help people inspire, how incredible it is, whether it's a marriage or other kids or people we know, how incredible it is to watch them blossom. So, this is a toast to both love and inspiration, which is really the fire that feeds us, is love and inspiration. So, I want to offer a toast to Megan and Reeves, to love and inspiration, all that's available, and the joy that brings. You know, you guys.
Well said, Mike. I didn't know you were so hip on YouTube. That's awesome. Yeah. So before I introduce our next speaker, I also want to make a public announcement. We have a great bar staff over here. Make sure you guys are there. Yeah, I'm just having fun. I think we'll be able to do this for free, so make sure you guys show them some love. Next up, we have the best.
Thanks for the whiskey and water. I had, last night I'd asked many of Reeves' friends if they had stories about Reeves, and they all laughed and said, yeah. As the man of honor, you know, I realized that this is about Megan. Woo! As her brother, I could not be more proud. We're walking down to the ceremony and someone said, oh man, I feel like a unicorn is just gonna pop out. And this is so cheesy, but then you see my sister. Oh my God. I cannot believe that this has just been so perfect. I really want to thank Jim and Christine, and I think you should stand up. You guys really killed it. Megan is a teacher, and she is balls to the wall. 12 hours a day, all the time. And you are such a part of the community. And I think we forget how much these teachers do and how hard that they work. And again, I am just so proud of you. I cannot believe that Reeves McDonald just got a new job. He, of course, is the adventure coordinator and the art teacher. I haven't seen, you know, teaching is a wonderful thing. When Megan and Reeves first met, Reeves was Megan's mentor. And Megan, oh, that's a good thing. You know, and that has continued. It was just a couple of weeks ago I was with Megan and she said, "Oh my God, I've just never loved someone like this. And you have just taught my wonderful, adorable unicorn of a sister so much." Megan did not always want to be a teacher. At one point in her life, she looked at my mom and she was like, "What are these?" And my mom said, "Well, Megan, those are breasts. And when you're a mother, you will have them too." And Megan started crying and said, "I don't want to be a mother. I want to be a lion tamer." Little did she know that one day she can be a mother and she's not taming lions, but good luck taming that beast. Reeves is absolutely wonderful. But I can assure you that you are going to need some commands. Such as, sit down. Don't touch that. Don't do that. Reeves, don't do it. It's a really good thing. It's a fantastic thing. When Megan was young, she had some imaginary friends. She had a purple crocodile and a green crocodile. The purple crocodile was much like Reeves. I'm quite sure she married the purple crocodile. You know, get her into trouble, and if anything happened, she could say, "It was the purple crocodile." I did not have any imaginary friends. I did not need one because I had you. And I apologize so much for telling you that there was treasure under the tiles in the bathroom and you ripped those off. And you could say it was a purple crocodile, and I said, "It was Megan." Megan and I grew up, we were really super blessed to have our two parents. I mean, this is like the most functional house ever, with the exception of our, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say, I don't know if mine is done, but oh my gosh, we just had these amazing parents. Earmuff your kids for this, just for a second. Megan, I think we were driving once, and she goes, "You know what? We're fucked." You know, I saw this, I was reading this news article, and it's really hard when you have parents who are, you know, so loving, and you set the bar so high, and like, we're screwed. Guess what? The purple crocodile came into your life. I really want, again, Jadine and my mother and my father to stand up. I mean, you guys, you have raised just such wonderful kids in this. Let's stand up. Mom and Dad, it was extremely difficult, I'm sure. Jadine, how you raised Reeves is absolutely beyond me. But you did it, and this man is quite a man. I am done. Megan, I just can't believe how perfect this is, you guys. Whew.
Purple crocodile.
Yeah, thank you, Devin. Thank you. Sit down.
Ryan's in the room. Ryan, where you at? Right here. Okay.
Individually, with both of them, I've traveled to Central America. We've had numerous outdoor adventures together. And I've had some of the best conversations ever over dinner and beer with these two people. And I've told them this before, when I think of them as a couple, they're a couple that makes me just genuinely excited. And I know that that's true for a lot of these people in the room. And before coming to this wedding, I was trying to think about, okay, why? Like, what caused that? Why do we get so excited when we see a couple like Reeves and Megan? So first, I think it starts off with absolutely amazing individuals. So, Reeves, he's the kind of guy who will ride his bike to Alaska. He will wade out into a lake at Wash Park at 2 a.m. for a dubious art installation, which I'm still bummed they took.
Mom, it's totally cool.
But I think most importantly, Reeves is the kind of guy where if you sit down and you have a 5-minute conversation with him, you feel like you've known him for your entire life. And I think that probably explains, A, why he has so many friends, and why he knows probably roughly 1/3 of the state of Colorado. I've been in gas stations with Reeves in the middle of nowhere, only to walk down the aisle and hear, Reeves? And Megan has immeasurable wit, and she is so perceptive. She has a story for every occasion, but importantly, she'll listen to yours, and she'll remember it. These are two amazing people, and I think that the real evidence of that is just this amazing group of people that have gathered here this weekend to celebrate them. So back to the question at hand, why do we get genuinely excited about Reeves and Megan? It's not just because they're amazing people, which they are, but I think that it has something to do with the fact that together, they're more than the sum of their parts. I think that's what gets us excited about the big couple. Megan's sense of humor and adventurous spirit, works well with them when Reeves takes them on adventures, planned or otherwise. And Reeves' nurturing, just being in general, I think is very supportive and helps to nurture Megan in her passions, either in the classroom or in the outdoors. So I know they haven't had the most linear track to get here, where they are today, to end up together. But knowing them both as individuals and knowing them as a couple, it's something that feels so right and so perfect, for lack of a better word, that in some way it was inevitable. It was bound to just end up here like this. So Pablo Neruda once said, "You can cut down all the roses, but spring will still come." And so I think this, in some way, celebrate inevitability and an amazing couple that makes us so excited.
Cheers.
Man, again with the shoe game. Next up, we have Abby's, one of Abby's bridesmaids. She's also my cousin.
I don't think I've ever publicly thanked Megan for introducing me to my wonderful husband, Mr. Nature Green. me knocked up. There you go. Oh, I thought that was a little kid going, yeah! Okay, so Megan and I go back a long way. Supposedly we were in some playgroup together when we were both in diapers, but I have no recollection of that. What I do remember is 7th grade. Megan was Claire Rosé's cool public school friend who wore Jenkos and Doc Martens. Some of you might have a more recent memory of this if you came to that as you were in middle school. You got that image. The first few times we hung out, I was trying hard to impress Megan by wearing funky Amy Jimmy outfits and sneaking out of her second-story window. We quickly realized there was no reason to impress each other as we fell into an instant rapport of friendship. Megan continued to be my cool friend in high school. She knew a little bit about everything. Megan knew the best place to shoulder tap was Pee-wee's Crack House. Literally, the guy's name is Pee-wee. They know. This table knows. And how to hide your snowboard so your parents didn't know you were ditching school to go ride.
Yeah.
One of my fondest memories of Megan in high school was we thought it would be a really good idea if the two of us carpooled to school. Which was not a good idea. We would work really hard to get there on time, but then when we pull up to the parking lot, we'd kind of look at each other and be like, I don't really feel like going to first period. And then we would, instead of like going somewhere and doing something, we would just sit in the car for 50 minutes, listening to KS107.5 and laughing. So that was many a great start to high school. We should keep carpooling. This is going really well. But all jokes aside, I love this woman. I love Megan for her spirit. Megan has an ability to always find the positive in any situation, to always create the fun, to laugh even when hit in the face with a human wrecking ball. There's a Facebook video of that if you missed it at the Bachelorette. Or to laugh while dragging a cement block through a parking lot that is somehow attached to the underbelly of her car. Do you remember that? Fucking expensive. This is what I love about Megan. She is feisty and fierce at all the right times, and a sweetheart at her core. She is a friend you will call on when you are pregnant and can only eat Eggo waffles. I thought I'd try that part, but I didn't. Or when you are feeling alone and stranded in rural Pennsylvania, or when you suddenly realize your boyfriend X is a rich Republican asshole. No offense to any Republicans. Yeah! It was the asshole. Ernest Hemingway once said, "A true friend is the one you want next to you, vomiting up your evil spirits when you are in the pit of Ecuadorian jungles on hallucinogenic drugs." Just joking, he didn't say that. I just said that. And it's definitely true of Megan tapping the song. Which is where we get into Reeves. I just want to say that I was rooting for Reeves from the start.
All right.
Yeah. Reeves, Megan was always 100% Megan. Maybe even a better Megan. Which is the whole point, isn't it? To find someone who makes you the best you possible. She finally found someone who can keep up with her adventures, challenge her in all the right ways, and create beauty and laughter where there was once none. I don't know that I've ever seen Megan laugh or smile as much as she does when she is with Reeves. In fact, there are a few events I wish we could go back in time and insert Reeves instead of other exes of so much more fun. As she has told me many times, with Reeves, Megan has been able to talk about her feelings, which is perhaps why the engagement went so well. While some might have been nervous about the idea of Megan professing her love in front of everyone we know. Another great video to watch online. As we all know, the outcome was exactly as it should have been, which is what I love most about this love. It is fresh and sweet, always full of surprises. It is a love that wears sports goggles while riding a bike in a chicken costume. So if this toast wasn't long enough, I want to close with a poem. And this is a poem by Thomas Lux, and it reminds me of Megan and Reeves' love. Not just because they both need a little help with their spelling, either. This poem is called I Love You, Sweatheart. As in a misspelling of sweetheart, just because you can't see it visually. Okay. I Love You, Sweatheart by Thomas Lux. A man risked his life to write the words. A man hung upside down, an idiot friend holding his legs, with spray paint to write the words on a girder 50 feet above a highway. And his beloved, the next morning, driving to work. His words are not meant to be so unique. Does she recognize his handwriting? Did he hint to her at her doorstep the night before of something special, darling, tomorrow? And did he call her at work expecting her to faint with delight at his celebration of her, his passion, his risk? She will know I love her now. The world will know my love for her. A man risked his life to write the words. Love is like that at the bone, we hope. Love is like this, sweetheart. All sore and dumb and dangerous, ignited, blessed, always, regardless. No exceptions. Always in blazing matters like these, blessed. So raise a toast to the sweathearts.